How's it going, guys? Today I'm playing with the Object263. These are replays. Some that I thought were worthy of showing you. I finally got this tank. I did use free XP just to instantly upgrade the cannon. And really after the Su 101, I just did not. I didn't want to deal with a completely stock tank again. The 101 didn't do me any favors, so this tank is so much better. It's not even funny. The penetration is kind of lacking, which is sad. The accuracy isn't extremely great. I think I got it down to 0.37 now. I believe without anything it's 0.41. And I'm just guessing on that. I can't remember exactly. But, it's not that bad. If you can go hull down in this tank, it's amazing. It is amazing. You play it like a heavy tank. So, I'm sure it's I'm getting excited for the tier 10, honestly. The 2684. So here it's kind of tricky. What I should have done was actually turned my chassis and then followed along, but you know how that goes. I think the poor guy thought he was safe there. It's kind of an unusual position where I'm sitting here, but I figured, I'm kind of in the tree and bush, and also have the row of bushes in front of me on the other side of that road there, and I happen to not get spotted. So, I know that there's light tanks that come right up to the edge there and can spot everyone, but in this match, it's worked out pretty good, really. So I see there's not a lot going on out there, so I decide, well, I'm gonna start heading towards town. And here's this light tank. He's a lot closer than it appears. So the great thing about this 263 is you can be more aggressive. That 101, it had finicky armor, and it really was hard to figure out the playstyle for that thing, because you're going up the 268 line and everything's got good armor, and you get to that 101 and you basically got to change your playstyle. You got to hang back a lot more, and definitely not do this kind of stuff. So that light tank, he thought he could go around me, but if you trap him against something, they're not going anywhere. I see my buddy coming up behind me, so I'm not too scared. Now it's all just about teamwork. Luckily I bounced that IS-7. I know the side plate, when it's straight on with you, it's not that tough. So Luckily we pin. I don't know what the tortoise was thinking. Probably wasn't checking out his mini-map like we're all guilty of. So really this isn't a bad game. 4,200 damage. It's one of the better games I've had in this tank so far. I haven't played that many battles with it. I've been trying to build up silver to buy more discounted consumables and things like that. And tier 9 isn't the best for building silver, as we know. I did finally get to the T832. I think I made it to level 37 or so. And then I just decided to spend the rest of it in gold and cashed out before I ran out of time, in case I couldn't play. So I'll probably have a couple videos with that tank soon. I know I've only played like, I think it's 7 battles now in it, and I've had decent damage games, but they've been a lot of losses. So sometimes when that happens, I just take a break. I have to step away and come back to it, with a fresh mind, because it gets frustrating when you have decent games and you just have continual losses, But like my fancy artwork on there. Sometimes I throw those on there for fun. So this one, I take the old battle bus out and I'm going to play aggressive. I decided to play aggressive partway through this and take on T95. It was a whole lot of fun. I just love the shells inside this thing. You can see in there. Really, the tank is, I think, beautiful. Some tanks you can tell they just kind of slap together, but this one really seems to be pretty good. Alright, bounced off the leopard. He's probably pretty lucky. That's one bad thing about this tank. It doesn't have a lot of alpha either. I think it's a 550. And at tier 9, you'd think there's things like the ISU 152 and things like that. You would think it'd have a little better alpha. I know this is only 130mm gun, but at least a little better reload time. Some kind of advantage to it. But hey, I guess Wargaming thought, well, you're going from the 101. It's going to feel a lot better, and it does. I don't want to totally diss on the 101. I'll probably put out a video or two of the good games in it, but it's just not as fun, It was almost like a chore to play it. And I'm not one of those guys that has to mark everything. I want to have fun. I don't want to play tanks that I don't really like. So a little bit of blind shot there. Obviously it didn't pay off. So I decided to go a little bit more aggressive. I have good support to the right. And if you can go hold down in this thing, there's not a lot out there. Maybe a Jagdpanzer E100 or something. There's not a lot out there that can pin the upper side of this thing, especially if you do a little shake. And the cupola on it is so small. I don't really think of it as a weakness. I don't know that I've even been pinned in it. If I have, I haven't paid attention. It's just not a problem, really. So the E50, I'm kind of... Yeah, there we go. But like I said, if you go hold down, and I'm using this light tank as my my defense for my lower hull, there's not a lot that can hurt you. I'm not even really scared of this T95. And as you see, we'll start chewing them up. I know there's a weak spot directly below the gun on the T95 if you can get them square to you. You know, you can pin it pretty easily. I did switch to gold ammo here. But I find these kind of battles interesting. And it's kind of a one-on-one thing where it's all about weak spots and angles and shaking and hiding your weak spots, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I find intriguing about it. It's probably why I play more heavy tanks than anything. I know some light tanks players out there are like, oh, that's so boring. They just want to rip race around the map and flank and everything else. And I do find those fun too, but really heavy tank gameplay is my bread and butter. A lot of my viewers aren't subscribed. If you're not subscribed, hit that button. I got a lot more tanks I'll be playing with here soon. You can watch all my mistakes and critique me. Maybe teach me something new. So the T95 decides he's had enough, and he's going to back out of there. See, we didn't take any damage, and if you have that lower plate on this thing hidden, there's not much that's going to hurt your battle wagon. Okay. So at this point, you can kind of see our team is holding most of the map, and I'm starting to realize I don't want to push until one side of the map is safe, so there's no crossfire. If that makes sense. It's something that I'm trying to be aware of as I'm playing. I'm always trying to get better. As you can tell, there's not a lot of crossfire that could hit me right now. I think there's an E3 there, but he's pretty occupied, so. Here's the battle results. Not bad, really. 3,200 damage. Didn't earn much silver, but thanks guys for watching.